Hey guys, so today we are going to be talking about the fact that many of these single moms want men to pay for the babysitter on the first date. That's right, guys. This is before you even get to know them. They're already asking you for money right off the get go. So let's go here.
Welcome back to Channel Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from M0ms. I haven't done one in him for like a few months. He's growing really well. He's at like 5.5K now. When I first saw him, he was like under 1,000. So he's growing really well. He does good videos. Shout outs to Benzo. Single mothers want men to pay for a first date babysitter. You know, they always talk about, never do wife duties and boyfriend girlfriend duties.
Um, so I gotta be real with you guys.
So yes, that's exactly right. They're saying they're not willing to cook, to clean, to do X, to do Y, to do Z, but they don't explain what they're willing to do, and then they explain what they want men to be willing to do. It's already to pay 100% for the full date, not expect anything after the date, choose an expensive date, and now it's pay for the babysitter of your kids that this guy doesn't even know.
You look like clowns.
Breed's number one rule as a single mom going with
When a single mom pays for the babysitter when she goes out with the man looks like a clown. So you taking care of your own child that you produce with another man with your own resources is clown world to you.
back into the
Well, Red, apparently it is. I mean, we know that some of these people are very delusional, but they just keep going lower and lower and lower till they hit rock bottom, which, well, you never truly know where rock bottom is for them.
dating scene. If a man is not willing to pay for the sitter, do not even bother. Some of these baby mamas cannot stay consistent to save their lives. Y'all get pressed in the mom groups when the new girlfriend starts helping out with the child, yet you expect men to start acting like the child's father on date number one?
Right.
Now, I would never say that being a mother and having another man's child should ever allow a man to treat you lesser than other women in the dating pool, but it certainly does not entitle you to extras. A babysitter's
Well, yeah, exactly. So, if the new girl is helping out with the kid, right? Which it seems like you guys definitely need help with your kids for the fact that you are asking the guy that you're dating to pay for the babysitter, right? So, why can't the new girl look after the kids if she really wants to? You're looking for help, and the new girl wants to look after the kids, so it makes sense.
I can somewhat agree. It doesn't make it so that men can, treat you worse, but they can treat you as less valuable because you are less valuable in men's eyes. So
going to be another $40, $60, maybe $80 extra that he would not be spending on a woman without children. I firmly believe that if you have a child, you should have everything handled for your child without your partner.
Correct.
A step-parent is an addition, a bonus, not a replacement for your parental responsibilities. I've watched...
Okay, so here we go. So if it is that, all right. So if it is that this guy would be able to save the money by not dating the single moms who have that kind of requirement for them, and by going for someone who doesn't have kids yet, then why wouldn't he do it? It's a better deal, right? And no man wants to have to take care of kids that aren't his. And he doesn't want to get involved with other people's kids, really. I mean, also that kid will never really respect the man as the real father anyways. So if the guy can really save all of that hassle by just dating someone who doesn't have kids yet, why wouldn't he? I mean, I think these single moms should be happy, should be appreciative that some guy is still kind of considering them.
An addition, a bonus, not a replacement for your parental responsibilities. I've watched you women drag stepmoms through the mud for offering to help their man pay his child support, yet you expect men to pay your bills the first day they meet you? Look, dating as a parent is...
Oh yes, and then you also claim that you don't need no man. And he might not be getting what he would hope to gain at the end of the day anyways, which I'm pretty sure you know what that is that he's hoping to gain.
It's different than dating without kids. You need to take ownership of the fact that from now on, everyone you date, you are asking to step into a much larger role. So it's going to have to go a lot slower than usual. It's also going to continue to mean you paying for the child that you laid down and made long before you ever met this person.
What a concept. Paying for your own child that you produced out of your own womb?
I'm not going to ask to be, pay for my babysitter. I'm expecting you to know to do that.
At this point, why don't I just pay for daycare for the month? Because that's as long as this relationship's probably going to last anyways.
It ain't gonna last a month. Fuck that. But it'll last a couple days.
Oh, so you expect the guy just to voluntarily pay for the babysitter? Like, hello, are you okay? And why would he?
So I came across this conversation yesterday. Somebody posted it saying that, I guess looking for everybody's opinion on whether or not their friend responded in the right way. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the female asks, hey, can you send me $250 for the babysitter tonight?
$250 fucking dollars for a babysitter? Who the fuck she hiring? Melania Trump or something? The fuck?
Even let's say if the babysitter was $25 an hour, I wouldn't think that you'd be gone for 10 hours. Well, or hopefully not. But the thing here is that I think this woman is looking for more than just enough money to cover the babysitting fees. I think she's looking to kind of profit off of her date as well.
The friend responds, hey, so, you want me to pay for your babysitter and the date? She says, you're the man, right? I'm a single mother of 3, and this is part of dating me. He responds, wow, this is not in my budget. I had a real nice evening planned for us, and I can't add $250 to the evening. I'm sorry. So she goes, wow, enjoy the evening by yourself. Tired of dating broke men.
You see how quick she is to attack the guy for...
So it's always that ad hominem. It's always that personal attack that they make, and they try to attack the guy's masculinity whenever something doesn't go their way. I mean, if she was a real woman, she would have thought about that before scheduling the date, and she would have had at least enough money to pay for the babysitter if she was planning on going on this date, instead of asking for this guy to take care of her responsibility. In fact, if you need someone to pay for the babysitter, why aren't you asking the child's biological father?
Just because men don't want to pay extra, especially for your baby daddy's child, your child, that he doesn't know anything, doesn't make him broke. He just doesn't want to pay for them. He budgeted a certain amount of money for the date. Some people, when they budget something, it's pretty ironclad.
But decline?
Oh yeah, so if he's already spending a ton of money on the date, then, and the fact that he's taking you out too, and you call him broke, I mean, look at yourself. Come on. But if you, on the other hand, weren't broke, then you wouldn't have a problem paying for your own kids as well.
Planning to pay for the babysitter. I mean, even the guy, if he wanted to bash her or attack her, he would have even said, like, I'm tired of dating baby mamas. I'm tired of dating women with 3 kids. I mean, he didn't even bring it up. He was so polite enough to even say, no, I'm so sorry. I can't do this. I can't add an extra cost to what I'm paying for tonight. And you've seen her, she's bashing him that he's broke. Whether he has the money or not, it's not his responsibility to pay for the babysitter.
You tell.
Oh, yes, and this guy is taking responsibility for his money in the fact that he didn't have a lot of money, but he was planning the date. Still, that's responsible. You're setting a budget, and then you're not going above it. But this lady comes last minute and says, like, oh, yeah, can you add another $250? But even if he did have the money, it's still not his responsibility. And she most certainly wouldn't respect him after he paid for the babysitter anyways, so.
Well, I mean, what he planned out might have been $1,000, $500, and you want to add another $250 to it? I'm not saying that it was, but it's a possibility.
Tell a man, oh, I need you to pay for the babysitter so I can come out with you. And he's like, oh, no, that's too much. That's where I draw a line. That's because you're not worth that to him. If the woman of his dreams was standing in front of him saying, you need to cover the babysitter, it's $15.
She wouldn't be the woman of my dreams if she had the kids. Like, do you think men just go out there dreaming of women with kids and just, like, want to just take care of them?
An hour, he's going to...
Yes, exactly. I mean, which man or which boy when they're... Which man or which boy, even when they're growing up, goes like, oh, yeah, I want to date someone who already has kids. I want to date someone who's already involved with kids. Or I want to be a stepfather. No man or boy says that when they're growing up. Like, they want to start their own family. They want to have their own save file. They want to have kids that are biologically theirs. So, yeah, apparently you wouldn't be the woman of his dreams, and you should be happy just the fact that he's willing to give you any consideration at all.
And be like, okay, plus the tip. I mean, you wouldn't only be the man's dream girl when you even give him a shot at dating you. So setting this standard in the beginning is so important. Never pay for the babysitter.
This is why these women are going to be single with cats and their kids are going to hate them and resent them for the rest of their lives after their kids grow up and realize what's going on and what their mothers did.
If you're seeing a man.
Exactly, Red. No, this is exactly true. So, these women, they don't look that attractive to begin with. Then they come up with a laundry list of demands, but then they say, I'm not willing to cook, to clean, to do anything, to do extra, to any, whatever have you. They don't even talk about what they're willing to do. So, we already know that when the guy takes the woman out on the first date, or second or even third date, or even if they're dating, he's not guaranteed anything in the sack. But then, on top of all that money spent, they want to add an extra couple of $100, and the guy's still not guaranteed anything. Like, they're kind of just leeching off of these men, and are mad that these men aren't exactly falling for it. They're like, no thank you. They're mad that these men are taking responsibility for their money and for their financial future. Why? Because it doesn't benefit them.
And in the words of my friend on here, Michelle, I'm going to tag her in the comments because if you're not following her, you absolutely should. They would absolutely be willing to pay for the babysitter to go on a date with their dream girl. Don't just assume that I'm going to be able to...
So, yeah, you're not the dream girl. Exactly why he probably wouldn't be willing to pay for your date. So, speaks wonders about you.
To drop off my child somewhere. Unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date.
Imagine having to assume stepdad responsibilities before the first date. Dog, I don't even know if I like...
Unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date.
Imagine having to assume stepdad responsibilities before the first date. Dog, I don't even know if I like you yet. Why am I financially investing into the well-being of your child?
Red flag when I see a guy is having a...
No, that's exactly a great point. Why should men have to invest all that money, like a couple of $100, $500, $1,000, on the first date before they even know you, and just see whether they like you or not, which in many cases they might not because of your personality? I mean, just the entitlement here is showing a very bad personality. So, guys, if you see this, I mean, I for the most part, I think that many of you guys would want to start your own families or whatever, and go for someone who's not really involved with kids yet. But even if you do go for someone who is involved with kids and everything, don't pay for the babysitter. If she asks you to, see it as a red flag and run the other direction. Anyways, guys, shout out to the Chow Time Pod. If you like this video, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe with bell notifications, and share.